Hello everyone, I am the spectacular Prince Rocky Ambrosel Roan the Ninth, and it's time for the Fakémon video I promised, like what, 2 months ago? Yeah, sorry about that. I've had quite a bit going on, and motivation is not a strong suit of mine, but whatever. So this little Fakémon project of mine is set in Italy, and has inspirations from a wide range of time periods, such as Ancient Rome and Renaissance. So today I'm showing the Water-type starter First Evolution, Final Evolution, a gym leader, and their ace Fakémon. Well, let's get into it. So the first Fakémon I'm showing is the Water-type starter. It's called Snabola, and it's based on the Glass Snake, Gestures, Venetian Glass, and Bubbles. So I'll get into the Gestures, Glass, Bubbles inspiration later its final evolution, but I'll talk about the glass part now. So a glass snake is actually kind of a lizard, not a real snake, and they're called glass or snakes or glass lizards because their tails are broken off easily. I'll share a bit more once the drawing is done. Okay, now that the drawing is done, I'll explain more about it. Snabola is a portmanteau of snake and bola, which I'm pretty sure is the Italian word for bubble. If it's not, please correct me. So its hidden ability is either going to be clear body, because of glass, or water bubble, because of bubbles, obviously. I'm leaning more towards clear body, because water bubble is a signature ability, but I think both could work. So its Pokedex entry reads, it carefully bounces around on its bubble, as to not pop it. Snabola are incredibly social, seeking out people or Pokemon to play with. Snabola would be a really friendly and kind of attention-seeking Pokemon, because of gestures being entertainers. So all the stars are going to be based off a type of art form. Snabola is either going to be the performing arts, the gesture, or visual arts, glass blowing, based on what I decide for the others. I kind of made it both, oops, but it's definitely leaning more towards performing, so I think that's what I'm going to go with. This line would be a glass cannon type of Pokemon, high speed and high special attack. I'll talk more about the design elements of the art when I talk about its final evolution. Venethier. Venethier is a portmanteau of Venetian or Venice, as Venice is a glass-blowing and gesture hub, and an amphitheater, which is a kind of dragon. So the blue of its color scheme is kind of obvious, but why did I make it shiny red and pink? Well, gestures are commonly associated with the color red. If you look up a Venetian gesture, most of them will have a good bit of red. And pink is color associated with bubbles. The crown it has on its head is from Venetian gestures, and the diamond shapes on its body are all shards of glass. Now, Venethier will have a signature move called Vitriball. Vitra is the root for the word glass, and is a 70 base power special rock type move that has a high critical hit chance and sets up stealth rocks. So now into its Pokedex. It reads, the bubble on its chest is filled with scalding liquid glass that uses to defend itself or perform for trainers and other Pokemon. Venethier definitely leans way more into the gesture inspiration than Snabola. Also, sorry for the bad formatting of this video, I'm not very good at this lol. So, onto the gym leader. This is Dusk. The gym leaders aren't restricted to types, they're just going to have types that they mainly use, but they do stick to a theme. So Dusk uses sunset themed Pokemon, his name is Dusk, of course he does, but also puppet themed Pokemon. He mostly uses ghost and rock type Pokemon. I don't have much to share about this guy, honestly, but I will say the TM he gives out is going to be called Stone Shard. It's basically a physical rock type Swift, so it never misses. Okay, now onto Dusk's ace, Okinafox. Okinafox is inspired by Pinocchio, both Pinocchio himself, but also the fox, obviously, in that tail. It's also inspired by puppets in general and toys. Its pre-evolution would be called a wine pup, and the name Okinafox comes from Fox, Pinocchio, and Jack in the Box, part of the toy inspiration. So the reason that I gave it the stone on its leg is because the fox pretends to be lame in the story to gain Pinocchio's help, and has no ear or tail, as in the end of the story, the fox and the cat have to sell their body parts to make the ends meet. Now onto its Pokedex entry. Okinafox often pretends to be hurt to get other Pokemon to approach them. That's when they strike. These Pokemon are extremely mischievous. So you might have noticed that it has a new ability, and this is its line's signature ability, Malingerer. To malinger is to exaggerate or feign illness in order to escape duty or work, and a malingerer is a person who malingers. This ability will double Okinafox's and Winepup's attack whilst paralyzed. It does not remove the speed drop, however. This ability then works in tandem with Okinafox's signature move, called Puppet Stitch. Puppet Stitch will be a 40-50 base power ghost type move with maybe 85% accuracy that hits all adjacent Pokemon, including allies. However, it then has a 50% chance to paralyze any Pokemon hit, and/or the user. This allows Fox to activate its own ability. However, again, one of its abilities is Limber, which prevents itself from being paralyzed, so it can use Puppet Stitch without worry. Anyway, thank you to anyone who watched this. It was a lot of fun, and I'm planning a lyricized video game music video soon. Can't guarantee it'll come out very soon, though. Sorry. I don't know how to end this. Bye.